everyone. I am Madison Figueroa, a senior biology major here at Fisk University from Memphis, Tennessee. And today I am going to be discussing my health disparity topic, which is exploring the correlation between substance abuse and domestic violence. A little introduction into my topic. I'm a third-year student health ambassador for the HBCU Wellness Project at Meharry Medical College, where I focus on addressing domestic violence as a public health issue with a now added focus on substance abuse and opioid misuse as key contributing factors. This intervention aims to increase awareness of warning signs, improve understanding of the link between the substance use and violence, and connect participants to vital mental health and support resources, more particularly for those in underserved communities. This research shows a strong correlative relationship between substance abuse and domestic violence. Victims may develop substance dependence as a coping mechanism to manage trauma and mental health challenges. Perpetrators with substance use disorders are statistically more likely to engage in violent behaviors, and communities with limited access to prevention, education, and resources face higher risk factors. My research question and hypothesis for this research topic is: how does exposure to domestic violence influence mental health outcomes and the likelihood of substance abuse? And my hypothesis is that participants will have an increased understanding of the connection between domestic violence, mental health, and substance abuse, and that participants will be more aware of local resources for those in need of aid. I conducted my informational event via Zoom. I recruited participants via social media platforms such as Instagram and Facebook. I also recruited participants from my university via our student body group chat via GroupMe. A pre and post test was administered to measure the knowledge gain. I also collaborated with Miss Missy Phillips from the Tennessee Coalition to End Domestic and Sexual Violence, and also with the Residence Life Department at Fisk University. And I also posted informational flyers on domestic violence statistics leading up to the event. To the right, you can also see examples of the informational flyers that I posted, as well as my informational event flyer. During my intervention that was held via Zoom, I focused on the correlation between substance abuse and mental health and domestic violence. And this intervention increased awareness of warning signs, mental health impacts, and available local and national support resources while using pre and post surveys to measure changes in participant knowledge. The intervention was innovative in its use of interactive virtual platforms, community partnership, and pre and post tests to measure knowledge gain while increasing the access to education and resources on domestic violence, substance abuse, and mental health. A few results from my informational event was that there was a 48% knowledge gain between the pre and the post test. There was a 25% increase of signs and symptoms knowledge. There was also a 23% increase on resource and treatment knowledge. We had approximately 60 participants attend this informational event. And below you can see a sample question pulled from my pre and my post test that just shows the increase in knowledge from before we held our informational event to after the educational information was given out. In conclusion, my event has effectively enhanced the understanding of the intersection between domestic violence, substance abuse, and mental health. My findings demonstrate the value of community-based education and cross-sector partnerships in promoting awareness, prevention, and access to critical resources within these underserved populations. A few limitations that I did run across was a low audience engagement due to the event being held virtually, and limited personal engagement time for participants that may have wanted one-on-one engagement with our community partner. In the future, I plan to research more local resources for victim aid and host an in-person event for participants that may be victims to have personal opportunities to engage with a licensed community partner. Thank you all so much for listening in on my health disparity topic. I would like to thank Christina Haygood from the HBCU Wellness Project, who is also my student ambassador coordinator at Fisk University, Missy Phillips from the Tennessee Coalition to End Domestic Violence, the Residence Life Department at Fisk University, the Meharry Medical College HBCU Wellness Project, and below you can find my contact information should anyone have any further questions or concerns. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.